Today I've got some easy DIYs that are very cheap to make, including a dupe, a multi-seasonal piece, and a Mother's Day gift idea. My name is Courtney, this is Creative on the Cheap. Let's get crafting. Let's kick off with this DIY, which actually can turn into a multi-seasonal piece. I grabbed two 8x10 canvases from Dollar Tree. You can grab any size that you want to. I like the 8x10 just because for storing purposes, if you are going to make it multi-seasonal, it makes it a little bit easier, as well as the actual wood frame. When you break these down, it doesn't have that little gap. I know the bigger frames have that gap, and I always want to fill it in with wood filler because I want it to be a streamlined look. So this is just a solid wood frame, which is really nice. I started by breaking down the canvas by removing the actual canvas piece from the frame using a hobby knife, and then I did kind of grab off all of the little scraps. I did not remove the staples, but I did rip off as much of the canvas that I could. The frame was a little rough, so I knew that I needed to sand it. Now, I actually get asked about this sander because you can put whatever sanding pieces in it you want. I will try my best to find one. I've had this thing for forever. I will try to find one very similar. I will link it down below in the description box along with everything else in today's video. But I did sand it with some 220 grit sandpaper, and then taking some brown wax. You could definitely use stain, you could use paint, or you could leave it natural. I did one good coat of the brown wax on both the frames. I will be using some of this heat transfer paper. You use this with your regular printer. And what I did is I went into Canva and found two images of flowers in a watering pail that I liked. Now, here's one thing you need to keep in mind when you work with this heat transfer paper. The paper is white, and so anywhere that it is white, that white color will also be pressed onto your design. So I personally didn't mind it. I did a very loose trim. It kind of highlights it, and honestly, it is not that noticeable once you press it down, but do keep that in mind if you decide to use heat transfer paper. Once I got it all trimmed, I laid it out on my canvas, and you need to peel the backing off of your image, set it down, and then I used my heat press set on 300 for 15 seconds each. My images are pressed down, and now I just need to reattach the canvas back to the frame. So I am actually using hot glue because I'm not planning to change these out, but I did mention you could make this multi-seasonal, and to do that, all you would need to do is just use Velcro to attach the canvas, and then when you maybe want to make a Christmas one or a fall one, you just simply pull it off. And because these are flat, you could store these in a file folder. Not much storage needed to make this multi-seasonal piece. Here's another great piece that you can make multi-seasonal. So you want to start by grabbing some type of sign, grab it on clearance. I like to grab stuff from Hobby Lobby or the thrift store, and you want to start with a neutral background. So I recommend painting it white. That is exactly what I did. Once my sign was dry, I peeled off the painter's tape. Now, you certainly don't have to do painter's tape if you're not messy, but I just didn't want to get any paint on the frame. And then you're going to need a piece of fabric. So to figure out the size of your fabric, you want to measure the inside of the frame and then add a 1/2 inch to each side of that fabric. So I cut out a piece and did exactly that, measuring the inside and then adding a 1/2 inch all the way around. Now you want to press all of your edges. So I did want to point this out. Now, the reason I said add a 1/2 inch is because I personally am just not very good with measuring tape. Like, I'm one of those, I have to measure like 5 times, and even then I'm usually always off. So as you can see, when I folded that over, it was probably more like a 1/4 inch of fabric that got folded over. So I double checked myself by marking with pens, but basically what you're trying to do here is just fold all the edges, press them so that they're nice and crisp and clean. I did secure the corners of this piece of fabric with some hot glue. You want to make sure your corners are strong because you will be attaching Velcro to those. So start by cutting 4 pieces of Velcro and apply it to your sign. Then attach the other piece of the Velcro to the four corners of the fabric, and now you've got a piece of fabric that you can put down and change out with the seasons. Now it's time to attach the eye hooks, so I grabbed 4 of those and attached 2 towards the top that were across from each other. I just eyeballed it, and then I did 2 towards the bottom third, again getting them across from each other the best that I could. Now you want to attach some twine, making sure that you tie it tight between the 2 eye hooks, and then I grabbed some of my wood embellishments so that I could decorate some with a paint marker and attach those to the clothespins. And like I mentioned, this would be a great seasonal piece. You could grab Christmas fabrics, grab wood embellishments for Christmas, and put up Christmas pictures. So lots of options, and again, easy storage because you just fold the fabric pieces up into small little squares and file them away in file folders. A while back, you might remember me sharing my Liene 4x6 photo printer. I've been using it for so much, so I wanted to give you an update on how I like it and share another great option. The Liene 4x6 photo printer is a compact photo printer that packs a punch. It's a great size, which makes it very convenient to store it away. To get started, you want to load your paper into the printer. Make sure that the glossy side is facing up. This photo paper is unique in the sense that it uses automatic lamination 4-layer technology. What that means is you will get excellent image quality, and the protective layer laminates the printed photos, which will make them last for years to come. You can connect to your printer using Bluetooth, and because it has built-in hotspot Wi-Fi, 5 devices can connect simultaneously to the printer. Once your printer is on, you want to download the Liene app. The Liene app is very user-friendly. You can choose options like borders and even edit the image to your liking in the app. Once you are ready to print, hit the print button and watch the printer go to work. The printer uses thermal dye sub-printing. It will slide in and out, change colors, and when it is done, you are left with a high resolution and quality photo. The prints are dust-proof, waterproof, and best of all, fingerprint-proof. Trust me, my fingers were all over these photos and not one single fingerprint has been left behind. Changing out the ink is also a cinch. Simply open the side, press down the yellow button, pull out the old cartridge, and pop in the new one. Liene also has a 2x3 smaller picture printer. This size is great for wallets, or you can even turn them into magnets. It's as simple to load the paper. You slide the compartment back and load the paper glossy side up. The paper is unique because it has an adhesive on the back, so you can actually use these pictures as stickers. This would be a great printer to have at a party, maybe set up a photo booth, and your guests can leave with a little souvenir. I have been extremely happy with both of these printers so far. If you are interested in either one of these printers, the information along with some discount codes are linked down below in my description box. Now let's get back to the DIYs. This project is easy peasy. You only need 3 items, and it was inspired by this wood plant display holder set that I found online for $62.03. I thought, you know what, I can make something similar for way cheaper. So for this, you want 2 wooden rings. These came from Dollar Tree. It's the smaller ones that Dollar Tree offer. And you also will need some flat bamboo skewers. Now my Dollar Tree sometimes has those, but they didn't have the barbecue section summer stuff out yet. So I did order mine from Amazon. And all you want to do is I trimmed off the tips of the bamboo skewers with my miter shears, and then I just started attaching these, just doing one on one side, so to speak, flip it around and just doing it directly across. And once I got the amount that I wanted on there, I used this small wooden round that came from Hobby Lobby, I believe, and I just hot glued this directly to that. And then this is perfect for putting a votive with a candle in there. You could put a vase with flowers in there, lots of options, leave it natural, stain, paint it, but a great little wooden display piece. This DIY would be a great Mother's Day gift idea. So for this, I grabbed 4 4x6 frames. This is probably the best size. You definitely could do 5x7 if you wanted to, but I feel like 4x6, 5x7 is the best for this project. Start by breaking down your frames, taking out the glass. Now, I wanted these frames to kind of have a distressed look, so I did take some white paint, and I brushed on my frames with the white paint. From there, you're going to glue these together. If you've ever made one of the frame lanterns, it's the exact same concept. Just glue and piece these all together using some hot glue. I'm ready to start wrapping up this project. So what I did is in the corners of each of these frames, I wanted to make sure that my glass was super secure, not only just to hold the glass in place, but as I kind of flipped this over, I was able to continue to flip it without the glass pieces falling out. And then I placed my pictures in there. Yes, I used my printer to print all of these pictures, and I did opt to put the backs on them. Now, if you didn't want to put the backs on them, you could secure the pictures and then put a ton of lights, and you might actually kind of turn this into a little bit more of a lantern when you set your vase and your flowers inside, or your votive holder and your candle inside. But that's it. This is simply wrapped up. Now you could add embellishments to the frames if you wanted to, or you could just leave it plain. And there you go. You've got yourself a great Mother's Day little gift to present flowers to that special someone. That's going to wrap up another DIY video. Let me know down below in the comments, as you always do, which one of these was your favorite. Also, I need your help. I am working on a very fun video idea, but I need some input from you. So down in the comments, let me know your favorite summer hack. It could be an easy summertime recipe. It could be a travel hack. It could be day trip hacks. It could be, I don't know, anything involving summer. I want to hear about it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Here are some more videos you might enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.